God warned us in Numbers chapter 14 through Israelites in verse 1 to 4. The context here, the Israelites, the spies were sent to oversee the land. And when they came, they brought a bad report, a discouraging report. And on that night, the Israelites cried out. They made a complaint bitterly. They said, what if we could have died in Egypt? What if we even had died in wilderness? Why did God bring us this far to fall by sword, to be killed? Why is he victimizing our children and our women? And they went on complaining, and they said, let's select another leader apart from this Moses, and let's go back to Egypt. Child of God, they complain bitterly. This complaint, this grumbling, actually what it does is it's declaration, it's indirectly declaring that God is not sufficient enough. God is not good enough. God is not sufficiently wise. God is not sufficiently powerful. God is not sufficiently competent. And if otherwise, if he was, our life would much be better. Israelites' life would much be better. And if otherwise, he could have managed run this universe more effectively. It's a sin. Grumbling is a sin that comes from a heart of unbelieving. It's a sin because it accuses God. We see in Numbers 14, now in 11 to 25, when the Israelites grumbled, then God said, "Oh Moses, for how long will I put up with this reject? For how long will I put up with this belief? These very people who saw the signs and wonders, and today they are unbelieving. For I will strike them with pestilence, I will disinherit them, and you, Moses, I will make a nation out of you, a nation mightier and greater than you." I thank God Moses was a selfless man, interceded for them. He didn't go up for that luring gift that was given to him. He said, God, from your perceptions and your character, if you do this, the other nations will say that you, God, were not able to make them through, to take them to the promised land, so you kill them. Second, God, you are long-suffering and abounding in love. You are abundant in mercy, to forgiving iniquities and transgression. Forgive them. Third, he said, oh God, you're a promise keeper. Remember the promise with your friend Abraham? So in verse 25, God answered back, oh, truly as I live, the earth shall be filled with the glory of the Lord. But because of these men, these very men that saw my signs and wonders that I performed among them, but they put me to test. They tested me again now 10 times. For surely they will not see the land. The land I swore to their fathers they will not see. But only Caleb, he has a different spirit, and he has fully committed himself to me, will see the land. He will inherit the land. Child of God, the Israelites were to go through a short route to the promised land, through Philistine country. But God made them wander aimlessly until the whole generation died out because of unbelief. And only Caleb and Joshua made it to the promised land. Child of God, when you know there's a promise from God you're waiting for, when you know the dream God has for you, when you know there's something you're believing God for, but is not yet fulfilled, what do?